like to call the meeting to order for April 27th, 2021. Would you please stand for a moment of silence? Thank you. Would you please join in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Thank you. Roll call. Here. 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 We have no minutes to approve. I will make a motion to pay our expenditures. Do you have a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Trustee Shoot.
Yes.
Trustee Hunter.
Yes.
Trustee Good. Yes.
Answer your question, ma'am. No, you don't.
Okay, then we will, how about we skip forward to part of your business, chief, and to our resolution for Lieutenant Moore.
As you know, Lieutenant Moore, present time retired from service on March 31st. As is customary, I prepared a resolution from the board honoring him for his 38 plus years of service. So I'll just read through this and then you guys can approve it. It's a resolution honoring Lieutenant David E. Moore for his 38 years of service to Pleasant Township and congratulating him on his retirement. Whereas David E. Moore began his career in the fire service as a volunteer firefighter with the Pleasant Township Fire Department, Franklin County, Ohio, in June of 1982. And whereas David E. Moore was hired as a full-time firefighter for Pleasant Township, Franklin County, Ohio, on October 7, 1987. And whereas David E. Moore was promoted to the rank of lieutenant for Pleasant Township, Franklin County, Ohio, on March 1st, 2000. And whereas over his long and distinguished career with the Pleasant Township Fire Department, Lieutenant Moore responded to and assisted with countless emergencies impacting the lives of the residents and visitors of Pleasant Township on numerous occasions. And whereas Lieutenant Moore's service and devotion to the department and its operation have proven to be an enormous benefit to Pleasant Township, members of the fire department and residents in numerous ways, all of which have contributed to Pleasant Township having one of the finest fire departments in the area. And whereas after having served Pleasant Township, Franklin County, Ohio for more than 38 years, Lieutenant Moore has retired from township service effective on March 31st, 2021 at 0800 hours. And whereas the Pleasant Township Board of Trustees believes that it is in the best interest of the township and its residents to recognize, honor, and thank Lieutenant David E. Moore for his years of selfless service to the township and to the members of the department. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of Pleasant Township, Franklin County, Ohio, that the following resolution is hereby adopted. Pleasant Township Board of Trustees and its residents hereby congratulate Lieutenant David E. Moore on his retirement after more than 38 years of dedicated service and wish him well in all future endeavors. That's passed as a resolution.
I will make resolution 33 honoring Lieutenant David E. Moore for his 38 plus years of service to Pleasant Township.
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Hunter.
Yes.
Trustee Good. Yes.
This resolution unanimously passed on this 27th day of April, 2021. I would ask the board to sign the resolution. He's already been given the frame that would go with it. He got that yesterday. It is that pen up. As I said, that's your mine should work. Thank you. Welcome. Paul is sign. Like I am just trying to get all this thesis. Thank you very much. Lieutenant Moore? Thank you again. Appreciate everything you guys have done for the department over your career and especially for me. All right.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you.
Robert, you should ask. Nancy.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Don't be a stranger.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, is Deputy Carter on yet?
He is not. The person on his hand.
Check.
He was sent, as far as I know, he was sending him. So
Thanks from those people. Yeah, one of those companies sends stuff. Well, they're trying to cite something. I don't think they're doing it.
Well, we can move on and. You want to go on to your report, Robert?
I received the paving estimate for Garrett and Regal Roads. This year, if you remember, I got an estimate last year, but we were the only ones that were really doing any of that in the area. This year, there's a lot of other townships doing this. Our estimate for this year is $91,766. And last year it was $137,986. So it went down $46,220.
Because of the consortium?
Yeah, because of everybody.
Great.
So and this is kind of a weird year that there was a massive amount of this being done. So this is probably
It's
a good
cheap.
time to jump on this if you're interested in doing those two roads.
What did you say it was last year?
$137,986.
Chief, he said he didn't get the email.
Okay. You can just go to the website and click on the link and it should take them to the registration. You can follow that. I'll make sure. You know.
Do you have a deadline for that?
I'm not sure. I meant to ask Mark but he just sent it to me. So
Okay.
I'd say within a timely manner.
Are these two on the schedule? I mean, didn't you have a schedule of certain roads that,
Yeah, they're waiting for you to approve it before it is completely on the schedule.
no, I mean,
Like an internal schedule?
yeah, an internal schedule for each area of the township.
Like a long range plan of what needs to be done?
This is where I went, drove around with Mark Molnax's right-hand man. We took a trip, drove through all of our roads, and these were the two that he thought could use the attention at this time.
So you've already evaluated the township and those are,
Well, that was 2 years. We haven't been out this year, but
yeah,
I figured,
2 years ago, those were the two worst. It would be nice if you put together, just like start something, start a plan, a long range plan of areas to work on, like,
well, because I can do that because when we went out, he said, this road, you might consider it in a couple of years. There was one subdivision that he said that would probably be my next paving project I should go to because it needs it. So, but
Is there any grants out there for like subdivision?
there is, not for subdivisions, not usually. Usually they're all through roads and stuff like that. yeah, it's very seldom you come across anything for a subdivision. So, which I can look into that too with other townships, because my grant abilities aren't the greatest yet, so trying, but I'm not quite there.
You got a gentleman over there that gives you good support.
Mhm.
I don't expect much. I don't know anything about road grants, but I can help you out. I got tons of data and information for you, so.
Well, there is a representative at the county that kind of is a liaison to the townships on grants and stuff like that, so I can get a hold of them.
Every little bit helps.
Yep.
Okay, Deputy Carter will not be attending because he just pulled up on an auto accident.
Uh-oh. Where's that at?
He had to be at Franklin Township
Okay.
for their
Well,
trustees.
this is not our
meeting.
accident.
Okay,
You want to table that to the next meeting, or?
when's the last time we did any resurfacing?
No, was Seaman Road, that was, I'm gonna say 3 years, 2 or 3 years ago now. So,
I was thinking two.
Yeah,
It
it
might be a bit like-
I'm okay no, I think we need
Do something.
to
Yeah.
to
Every
keep
couple
on
years.
top of our roads.
keep chipping away at it.
Mhm. I will make resolution, write this down. Resolution 34 to authorize Robert Bausch, our superintendent of the road department, to move forward with the resurfacing of Garrick Road and Regal Road at a total cost of $91,766.
I'll second.
Roll call,
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Good.
yes.
Trustee Good. Yes.
The new build site on Avon Drive that Mr. Gibson brought up at the last meeting. I checked the soil and water, and they did not have any, they finally got a rough draft from zoning about it. And I also got contacted from the drainage engineers at Franklin County, so everybody is looking into this at the moment. And I told them, we've already got one build site that's making a mess there. I'd like to try to keep this one a little different. But as for their sewage system, I haven't heard anything about that yet. I know there's a paper out there that's got a possible sand filter system. And I told them, in that area, I really don't have any tiles to tie anything into if there's like a perimeter drain or anything like that. So I told them really take that into consideration, and the man from the drainage engineers said, well, they put this sewer system in for a reason, so why would they let somebody put a private system in?
That doesn't
It
make
doesn't make
sense.
a bit of sense.
I'm pretty sure they're not allowed to. That was,
That's what I haven't checked. I haven't
yeah.
been able to contact anybody.
It was
He
put it-
mandated that we had to have a sewer system in effect in that village,
Yes,
unincorporated.
I think you're right, and there is no choice.
I didn't think there was
And
either.
they were offered at the time either to hook in free or very low cost. And then after a certain period of time, anybody that didn't hook in
Yeah, yeah,
afterwards,
originally it was a free tap.
yes, yeah.
Any more on that? The I checked into the tire drive through Franklin County Public Health. The way they're wanting to try to do that, they were wanting 2 townships to join together at one site and do it. And I told them I don't know how well that would work for us. Because I think Prairie's going to have one of their own. And I said, well, for us to have that scheduled and have people bring tires in here and say, no, you got to take them over to Elkhart Road. I said, I don't think there's going to be a lot of happy people showing up with tires and telling them they have to go somewhere else. So at least for this cleanup, I'd like to go ahead and get a hold of Willie Tire and get them scheduled. But I didn't check into it, so.
We might as well do our reminder for the cleanup
Yeah,
for May 14th and 15th.
correct. We will be conducting street sweeping in the back section of Timberlake that has the concrete curbs. That is scheduled for May 11th. I know Timberlake Homeowners Association has posted it on their Facebook page. If you could, please put it on ours as a reminder to residents of the curb section of Timberlake to move their cars up into the driveways on that day.
You text me tomorrow and remind me exactly what you want on there.
Okay. And other than that, hopefully it was the last round of snow and ice for this year.
I think it was the third one after the
Was it?
Forsythia approved.
I went track of it. Because we had to scramble to get some spreaders back on the trucks. But other than that, we just had one bare road. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Have you talked to Bill Dawson?
Not lately, no. I will try to get a hold of him since it's getting closer to that date and try to we'll get something figured out.
If you talk to him before I do, Pastor Larry will come up with something
Get that case.
to be a speaker. Okay, is that it?
Mhm.
Thank you. Move on to Chief. Thank you.
As of this morning, we had 72 runs. We've had like 3 today, so we're around 75 for the month. No real big maintenance projects in the last couple of weeks. The new CAD is up and running. Very few issues. Actually, we're really pleased with it. We now have access to an application called Crew Force, which has allowed us to utilize the iPads that we have in the vehicles as an MDT. It's not a full MDT like you would see as a computer in like a police car, but it does work pretty well. It doesn't have all the capabilities of an MDT, but it does allow us to see basically all the call information and comments that the dispatchers are making as they make them. So if they're doing something while we're en route to the call, all the comments are right there for us to see. We had a boat run down in Pickaway County earlier today, and as Pickaway was giving information to our dispatch, they were entering the comments and they were popping up right on our iPad. So it was kind of a nice. The dispatchers aren't having to tell us every little piece of information anymore, which is great. So we did host the retirement luncheon for Lieutenant Moore yesterday. That went off pretty well. We didn't have a huge crowd, which was good. But we had, I think, just a right amount of people for him. He was, him and the family, I think, were very pleased with that. So we were happy to get that done for him. We're still working on equipment mounting placement on engine 2, which is the Pierce. I just wanted to let you guys know, we're going to be equipping that truck as it sits in a station as a service vehicle for the ISO. As you know, ISO gives points for certain vehicles, and that will allow us to basically garner 4 points rather than the half point a reserve engine brings. So what we have to do is mount a couple extra pieces of equipment on it, a few tarps, and we're going to buy some sort of thermal cutting device. And when ISO comes in to look at that truck, they'll give us credit for a service vehicle, which will give us 4 points rather than the half of 1 point that we get for a reserve engine. So it'll benefit the township and help our ISO rating. So it almost no cost to us. And quite honestly, buying a few extra tarps is a good thing. And for the most part, we'll keep them on the engine and use them when we need them. But And also having a cutting device is a good idea too. So with your email, with my report for today, there was a copy of the light duty policy. I'd ask you guys just take a look at that over the next couple of weeks before the next meeting and give me any feedback you might have, any changes we need to make. And we'll go from there. I'll ask for approval at the next meeting if you guys are okay with that. And then one announcement I have for tonight is the hydrant flushing is going to take place next week, beginning May 3rd on Monday, and will continue through Friday. We have made notifications to the emails on file for Harrisburg and Timberlake. I will get on their Facebook page and let them know that as well, because I think the email bounced back. So we need to get some updated contact information for those folks down there. But I know he also made contact with Harrisburg as well. So
Is that for the whole township?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, other than the Columbus hydrants on Norton Road and the Harrisburg or the
That's May 3rd through Friday.
yeah, whatever. It'll be one of those days. The guys will be out. You know, it usually takes a couple hours out of their day, and they'll go out and flush those hydrants. So, and it'll be obviously weather permitting. If it's raining, they won't be out doing it. But coronavirus update. As of right now, in Franklin County, we have about 4,500 cases. There's 35,000, almost 36,000 in the state of Ohio. Currently, according to the website today, the state is at a 215.2, or I'm sorry, Franklin County is at 215.2 cases per 100,000 people, and we are actually purple right now, sadly. So I watched a little bit of his press conference today. He said there was about 4.6 million people who've been vaccinated with a single dose. Have got one dose of the vaccine, and about 3.5 million have been vaccinated with both doses, so they're fully vaccinated. So we're still inching that direction. I'm not really sure what's causing us to jump back into the purple, because I can tell you my wife's not seeing it at the hospital, so I'm not really sure what's going on, but we're purple again. So that's all I have for tonight, unless you guys have anything for me. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, do we have any old business? Any new business? Hey, Paula?
Hey, just wanted to note, we've received a letter regarding the Pleasant Prairie Solar Project application. And I believe you're gonna address that at the next meeting.
Mhm.
Okay, I had forwarded you guys a copy of an email that we received from Sedgwick, which used to be CareWorks, on an injured worker.
Did you answer them?
I did, but I didn't give her an official answer because that's up to you guys, but I just told her you would be meeting tonight, and if you had a response that I would look at that.
Probably should have a short executive session and decide that.
Hey,
No.
from Sedgwick, I'm sorry, did you want to say something? Okay. From Sedgwick, just had received a letter and a brochure on their services. Copy from deferred comp last quarter contributions. Couple emails from the auditor of state. They have local government officials conferences available on demand. Couple emails from Franklin County that on the American Rescue Plan Act follow-up that they at this time really don't have any guidance for state and local funds. An email from SWACO on Earth Day. Couple emails from police and fire, just informational type thing. Tech Review Committee had a meeting scheduled for April 27th that was canceled. A news release, commissioners released their annual State of the County report. Couple informational emails from DRS, couple newsletters from Franklin County Soil and Water, several emails from the Ohio Township Association on legislative updates, several emails from Bureau Worker Comp on COVID updates. And that's pretty much everything.
Okay. Anything for Paula? Anything else before we do executive session? All right, then I move to go in executive session according to Ohio Revised Code, section 121.22G1, for the purpose of discussing personnel issues. Do I have a second?
Second that.
Roll call.
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Hunter.
Yes.
Trustee Day.
Yes. Okay, under the Ohio Revised Code, section 121.22G, I move to come out of executive session. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call.
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Hunter.
Yes.
Trustee Day.
Yes. I will make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Hunter.
Yes.
Trustee Day.
Yes. Meeting adjourned at 7:30.